So what's up guys, in this video on Forza Horizon 4 we are going to be learning a little bit about drag tuning, rear wheel drive cars. So firstly, to my viewers and subscribers that will be watching this, I just want to say sorry I've been inactive for a few weeks after my previous Forza Horizon 4 uploads. My computer broke, for those that got the channel update, and then I got it fixed. Then we run into some more issues with the computer, so we built it a little bit better spec, and now we're back again. So first things first, let's see what this car can do completely standard. I don't know what's drawn me to the Horizon Live session. But also, for those of you that don't know how to do this launch glitch slash tactic, all you need to do is the manual clutch, hold A and the throttle so that I'll explain in a second. So we'll see what that time was, and 122 miles an hour trap speed. Right, so how to do the launch tactic. Basically, you hold A with manual clutch and the throttle, and then it'll peak up to about 5,000 or whatever it is, car dependent revs, and then it'll drop back down to about 2k on every car pretty much. And then what you got to do is you got to hold the clutch at the same time as all the handbrake, the throttle, and the clutch. Then you just let go of the handbrake for a split second and press back on it. So as you can see, every time you let off the handbrake it builds revs up a little bit, and if you accidentally go a bit too far, so it'll be like that, you just let off the throttle gently and you can sort of drop the revs to where you want. So we're going to use it about 3.5k. And specifically in this car it won't matter too much at the moment because it's not boosted, but as you can see here, just at 2k RPM on the launch, it's 130 horsepower, 357 foot-pound torque, and then we'll build it up on the launch to about 3.5k. It's 239 horsepower, around about 7 torque, so it's a little bit more power, but once you've got turbo or supercharger you know it's a big difference. So when you launch, especially with a blown car, you're at full boost, hopefully. Right, so onto the build and tune setup, which I'm going to teach you guys about now. We're going to go straight over to the festival point. I'll see you in a second. Right guys, and we are back to the upgrade shop. Alright, so custom upgrades. First things first, we're going to keep the same engine in because I'm a disbeliever of engine swaps on Forza. So we're going to keep it rear wheel drive. We're going to go for the supercharger purely because it's going to be a lot more of a smoother delivery, though it doesn't show it there, but once you upgrade the turbos you notice a big difference, and you can see the power curve there. So I'm going to go straight for the supercharger for early spooling. We won't bother with none of this. I mean, you could do the rear wing if you want, but that depends on how much it spins. We'll come back to that and see if we need it or not. Obviously we're going to go straight for drag tyres. As you can see, that they're quite a bit more chunky and the tyre wall is a bit thicker. So we'll keep the fronts, well I say thin, they're still 305mm, which is huge, but we don't need that extra front tyre width because drag car, yo. But the rears we will, so we're going to go up to 355 Jesus, look at that. It's huge. Right, we're going to go for some of them. Now to try and find some lighter wheels. Yes, okay, Jack, I get the point. You're trying to invite me. Right, yeah. It's a shame you can't make wheels smaller on this game, because all drag wheels are going to look disgusting with this size. It does look a little bit silly, but I guess we could go with these. Right, so what we just done then? Can I make it smaller? No, can't, just bigger. Ew. Right, some of the drivetrain. So I'm going to fast forward this bit for you guys, and we're going to fully upgrade the car and just do the trim from there. Right guys, I am back, and this is up. Jesus Christ, I didn't realise he'd give this car that much horsepower. This is our peak power at the finishing point, so it's 1261 horsepower with 1075 foot-pound of torque. It's reasonably light at 3200 pounds for a big old tank. The weight distribution is not too bad either, 53% to the front. So yeah, we'll now go straight to the tuning. Right, so again, as you can see, we're building a bit more power and torque, and we're at 29 psi boost. As I say, you can do it a lot more, then it becomes a bit crazy to launch, so we'll turn it back down to about 4. 171.2 miles an hour to the trap, and you'll see the times shown above in a second. Right, so the first things first, what you want to do with your drag setup is, I'll line it back up. You need that initial grip off the launch, especially if you're doing the drag tactic. And the best way to do that is lengthen the gears out simply a little bit. So the final drive on this car is already quite low. So what we're going to do is we're just going to bring the actual gears down a little bit. You can see there's quite a big gap between first and second gear. So what we're going to try to do is bring it down a little bit. So we'll try 255, and then we'll bring these down 3 or 4 points on each. Right, and then we're going to bring the front pressures down a tiny bit, and we're going to bring the rears right down to about 22. Right, and the next step would be, you can already see 0 to 60 times 1.9, 252 miles an hour, which is pretty crazy. So obviously, on a rear wheel drive car, when you accelerate, the front lifts up, so the bigger the contact patch of a drag car, obviously the better. So the front's not crucial, though because it lifts up, we're going to give it a bit more negative camber, because once the car's lifting up, the wheels then come in more central. So with the rears, they come down, so in fact we want some positive camber. We'll try that, and we'll have a look at the angle of the wheels when we're actually back in the game. Term I'm going to leave, cast I'm going to leave. Roll bars I'm going to soften a little bit on both. Roundabouts the same. Spring rate I always lower a little bit. What works best in this car? In fact, this car likes being as high as it can, so we're going to keep it like that. There's no downforce on here. Diff, we're going to put it straight at 100, because then essentially it's almost like a heavy plated or locked diff. So both tyres will be working hard. And then yeah, well, let's try this one. About 3.5k. See what time we get now. It was 171.2, I think the trap speed was last time. So we're a little bit faster that time, not a great deal. Though I feel we probably got there a decent amount faster. There was a little bit of a hiccup from the launch. $2k is actually not too bad. I'm going to give that a go. I always think on rear wheel drives, the lower tend to be a little bit better on this. So we're going to hold it around here. That's a lot better that time actually, 173 miles an hour. So just go, you know, 2 mile an hour doesn't sound a lot, but over a short distance that's quite a noticeable difference. Another thing to check, as I said whilst we was in the tuning menu, is if you go to, I'll find where it is now. Oh yeah, tyres. Here you'll find out, if you look at the cambers on the left, which is the front, rear, or it's all on the insides at the bottom from what I can see, the cambers. So when you launch, ideally they should all equal around 0 because you want the most contact patch possible. So this doesn't actually squat all that much. In fact, I probably want to soften this a little bit. It might make the launch a bit better as well. Going to really soften these springs a bit. Make it into a bit of a jelly suspension setup. Really want those tyres to hook in. Okay, so as you can see, it starts off around 1 on the rear and drops down to about 0.3. So if we bring this camber down a little bit, on the rear, I'm going to say about 0.7, that should equal about right. As you can see there, it peaks between just under and a little over 0.00 on the camber setting, so that's actually alright on the rear. Now check the fronts. So we're on -1, between 1.3 and 1.5. I saw the peak there at 0.2, so we need to give that a little bit less cam on the front as well. Not too much, just a little bit. Try -1.2. Maybe a little bit more. -1, I think that'll be perfect. Yeah, that is about perfect. I'm happy with that on both sides of the camber. Oh, and it's also dry again, so we get to test this final time. Right, so now the car's all fettled with, let's see what time we can set to the quarter mile. Hoping this shouldn't bog down in first. I'm 173.1. Now it bogged a tiny bit, but as you saw, it started to spin as well. So equally, we can't shorten that or lengthen it anymore, otherwise it's sort of imperfect. That's about perfect. But it'll be intriguing to see what the actual time differences will be. But obviously, I'll show you them through the actual recording of the video. I can stop it on frames, so I could be literally within 0.001 of a second by frame, or 0.1 of a second, so I can start and finish on frames and flash of the camera, etc., so I can get it bang on accurate every single run. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned a little bit about Drag Tuning Horizon 4. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, tell me what you want to see. I've also just bought Black Ops 4, so if you want to see anything on there, be free to hit us up with a message or comment, or if you even want to play with us, just drop your gamer tag or add me. I'll put my gamer tag in the comments. I'm sure we can do something together. So yeah, cheers for watching, leave a like, subscribe, comment. See you guys soon.